Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Executive Insights.
The most informative stream for aspiring and growing entrepreneurs.
I'm the CEO of Basetime and the founder of Basetime Foundation, Joyce Nelson, along with my amazing co-hosts.
Hey y'all, I am Marie Rose, CEO of Rosebud Studios and founder of our nonprofit, Rose Petals for Success.
This week we have 3 dope questions this week. Marie, please tell everyone what they are.
What is one habit you recommend developing or starting a business and why? Question 2. What overlooked area of spending or budgeting should new business owners pay closer attention to in year 1? Question 3. What's one overlooked revenue stream you discovered or created within your business? Please remember, everything we're about to share is our general advice shared from our actual experiences and research. Even though you could apply some of this knowledge to your business or to your current situation, we highly recommend that you reach out to one of us for a one-on-one so we can make sure that the information provided to you matches your needs for your business.
All right, with that said, feel free to drop your comments, your likes, share, and of course, subscribe. With that said, let's give our executive insight. All right, this question number 1 is for our aspiring entrepreneurs, those thinking about starting a business, those who are curious about business. Just want a few insight on what it is to be a business owner. Question 1, what is one habit you recommend developing before starting a business and why?
So one habit I highly recommend is getting used to creating your own routine.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you work for someone, they dictate your schedule, they dictate your task, they dictate your routine for the day. You know that you have to stick within these guidelines because you don't want to break the rules of the job, right? When you become your own boss in business, no one's telling you to get up every day. No one's telling you when to get these tasks done or what the deadlines are in the beginning. So you have to be able to develop that routine and develop that task list for you to stay within and create boundaries from the beginning on what that schedule looks like.
I'm going to double down on that with self-discipline.
Mm-hmm.
You 100% need the self-discipline to say, like you said, how to get the proper rest. Like a lot of times we're used to staying up late, getting up early, you got to be at work at 9 a.m. Well, what happens when you have that meeting that you probably don't want to go to?
Mm-hmm.
Proper rest helps you make sharper decisions, better decisions. You're more yourself. You're able to articulate better. So you really have to be disciplined, and just having a self-discipline to say, I can't go out tonight.
Absolutely.
I can't hang out with you guys tonight.
Yeah.
I want to do something, but I gotta tell myself no to this tea. I don't want it, but I gotta do it because I have to just be able to say, I don't want to spend this money on this new piece of equipment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to spend this money on this car. I have to save that money to upgrade my equipment.
Yeah.
So, and that's a self-discipline that you have to have within yourself to go from, all right, I have to do what I have to do, not what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that starts in the early stages.
Self-discipline, but also communication skills. How are you going to advocate for yourself, advocate for your business, advocate for the needs of your business, or be able to sell to people? And I don't just mean like your customer, but also those contracts that you're trying to get where you have to be confident in what you provide in order to win those contracts. So not having those communication skills are big.
All right, question number 2. This is for the new business owners. Everything's going great, everything's going smooth, you're excited, just got your paperwork in the mail, and you're probably ready to get that first, second, third, fourth customer. What overlooked area of spending or budgeting should new business owners pay closer attention to in year 1? This is a great question. I think I have 2 that jump out immediately to me because it was 2 that I struggle with. Bookkeeping and accounting. Be on top of your paperwork, be on top of your numbers. Get out of Excel as soon as you can. Stop writing your numbers down on cells and the paper that you brought, and you're jotting it down, and you go to your accountant at the end of the year trying to file taxes with papers, and you're just totally unorganized. So as fast as you can, be on top of your books, understanding if you're making a profit or losing the money, because you can probably make a good pivot or a good switch early on if you understand you're losing money, you're not actually gaining money, and you're not being profitable, and that's what's going to keep you in business for the long haul.
Mm-hmm.
It ties with me to 1 and 2 as far as bookkeeping. It's marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So when your business isn't doing well, when you aren't getting the customers, when you don't see that influx in the people that you want to work with, try to market better and win those customers organically to where they see you. Be top of mind, be top of the discussion.
I'm thinking of, it said pay closer attention to in year one, and spending and or budgeting. And what came to my mind while you were talking was business owners feeling like in year one that everything needs to be perfect, which means that they need to overspend in year one to make sure they have everything that they need when they open, instead of building up the revenue to pay for the extra things. In year one, you really just need to get the basics to be able to perform the job, but not feeling like you have to buy everything before you make $1 to pay for that stuff.
Question number 3, established business owners. Scaling up, looking for longevity, maybe you just want some fresh blood, try something new. Here we are, we're here to help you out. What's one overlooked revenue stream you discovered or created within your business?
This is not what I read. I'm gonna just say that. I read that question and that is not what I read.
You want me to take it? Because it's right here, I got it.
You take it, but I'm just saying, that shows you that you just read stuff and don't be processing it. Cause
I only have this answer because I just semi-answered it.
Okay.
What's one overlooked revenue stream you discovered or created within your business? So I told the story about how I started out doing the mowing to get in the door to do the designing. Something for me that I overlooked was how my designing got me in the door to do the design, but it allowed me to set up annual programs and annual plans to become a private gardener. And that pays a lot more than any of that other stuff, because now a lot of people say, well, what's a private gardener? Why would I need a private gardener? It goes back into the bookkeeping and the marketing. Once I understood what an annual plan did, I was like, you know what? Let me gear this in a way that's, people like exclusive, people like elite. I only like to work with 1-2 people at a time and give them my all and put my best into them. So the same way NBA stars and NFL stars and athletes and celebrities get a private chef, I'm a private gardener. And you got the head of the company being the actual private gardener for your garden. You don't have to worry about any of your needs, any of your shopping, anything that's going on inside your garden. I take care of everything for you. And that was a revenue source that I created within my business that I would have overlooked. And I didn't realize how it gives me a pipeline of consistent customers. I have keys, access, pool access, gate accesses to clients that I work with just exclusively. So I have an actual exclusive list of clients that was pretty dope.
That's awesome. So what I'm gonna say is, because that really threw me for a loop, I'm so surprised because I did not know that. But I was going with a few things. I was thinking about my coaching, because I have been asked for so long how I do things, what is my process, because I'm able to scale different types of businesses that are not related to each other. I have helped numerous people in different industries that I'm not certified in to build their businesses. But I never thought of it as a stream of revenue until recently, when I was like, okay, in the past year, I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I did not realize how beneficial it was, and it's really doing what I was already doing for free. Also, just the education piece alone, like how going into creating a nonprofit and actually how much I could scale from education. Now, I've tried to figure out for so many years on how I can incorporate what I do into education. And what I do in creating a curriculum of just what my process has been for 5 years is a stream of revenue.
For those who don't know, we do that readout in the beginning. If you want to talk to one of us, meet time with us and speak with us. What makes us different in our approach? And you said that I said to you, business coach. I don't even know if you remember, you said to me, consultant. And I thought that was super dope because we are both of those things. You are a phenomenal business coach.
Thank you.
I think I am a dope consultant. The difference. I think we have to explain that one time.
Okay.
So what makes you, all right, fuck it, let's make it the question. What makes you,
Yeah, you cussing.
fuck it. He gonna edit.
We already different. No, I think you should leave that on there. I think you should. That's our audience. I mean, go ahead.
What makes you a great business coach and why should people come work with you as a business coach?
What makes me a different type of business coach is I literally meet the person where they are and I coach them on the goals they need to accomplish to get to their overall goal. You can't tell me you want to open up a store when you don't have the information you need to the location of where the store will go. What paperwork do you need? What is going in the store? So I coach them on the baby steps that they need to get to make the task, the goal smaller to reach the overall goal, which also gets done expeditiously because it depends on the person. So I don't only just tell you something to do and then I just leave you hanging.
Mm-hmm.
No, I check in with you. I'm your accountability partner. I'm making sure that this is not just your goal, this is my goal too. And I'm speaking on not just your business, but asking you what else in your surroundings, in your life will affect you from accomplishing this goal. And let's talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's reality. That's why I feel like I'm different because I've spoke to coaches and I've had coaches who just give me a little information and I feel like I'm left alone. Whereas I have coaches that become personal. I feel guilty, not guilty, but I know I need to be held accountable because we both working on this goal together.
Mm-hmm.
That support system, that need of having that support that people just don't get when pursuing business. So I become that support system that I wish I had when starting because I know that matters. And whatever that is, whether it's a person that needs verbal phone calls, a person that just needs a quick text because they don't have time to answer, a person that got kids, whatever the case may be, I become that support system based on what their need is.
And that's what makes her a phenomenal business coach. If you have not had the pleasure of working with Miss Marie Rose, you're really missing out because her ability to help you grow, help you network, help you evolve as a business owner, I think is second to none. And that's just my personal opinion.
Thank you.
What separates me as a consultant, I don't think I'm a business coach because I don't want to dig that deep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm more like what's your problem today?
Mm-hmm.
As a consultant, I'm more of you come to me when you're stuck. You come to me when your business isn't growing. You come to me when your business is suffering. I'm more of a jigsaw puzzle person where it's just something that's just not clicking
Mm-hmm.
and you just need a second set of eyes that helps you put, maybe there's an SOP, or something in your standard operation program where you're just platform, where you're just like, you're there, but something isn't making sense and therefore it's not connecting and there's lost efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
I like to give you the best way to get to a problem, the best way to help you get a solution, and the best way to make you money in the fastest possible way. If there's waste, it has to go. There's no cut and dry, there's no in between, it's not personal, this is business. You're in business for a couple of reasons. You found something you love to do, and you want to make money at it, and you want to help people around you. It's the best way to do it. Let's figure it out and let's get it. And it's like, it's cut and dry. It's just like, I have no problem saying, that's wrong. Not you're wrong, that's wrong. Here's how we can improve it. Here's how we can build on it. Here's how we can make it better. And we're going to see a turnaround in 30, 60, or 90 days, and I promise you, if you follow these A, B, C, D steps. You got to do it. You got to put the work in. I'm going to give you the blueprint. You run into a problem, tap me. I'll help you. Here's an issue here, tap me. We'll fix it again. But if I see lost efficiency, it bothers me. If it's something that's just not being done with maximum potential to get the best out of it, I want it gone. And we're just going to drive it to where your vision becomes not only just something you're doing, but something that you're great at. So I want you to be, whatever you said you want to do, I want you to be the best at it. I'm going to push you for maximum effort. And I think that's my job as a consultant, as I'm just a second set of eyes that comes in and just gives you the best policies, procedures, and ways to get things done at a high level.
You know so when you spoke on that, it reminded me of when I had my consultant and you were like, I do that, right? And you sounded just like it.
Mm-hmm.
So how we are different, but then we are collaborative is because that cut and dry consultant plan needs a coach in there to coach them along the different steps, because if you are not ready to meet the goals of what the consultant is telling you, because they're going to want you to say this is getting done, you need a coach to coach you along that way to make sure that you actually get it done, because there's no it's not being done. When you're speaking to a consultant, it's like, I gave you everything you need, get it done. Where the coach is like, okay, let's figure this out. What can you do 3 days a week? What can you do this? And the consultant doesn't really have that time.
Consultants cut and dry.
Yeah, they don't have that time or energy because they're very, like he said, like number oriented. Like everything has a place. Whereas
that's why I said like that jigsaw puzzle. It's like if you have this cup and you lift it and close it, it will close and the steam will stay inside and it'll stay hotter longer. You can't have it like this and not click it all the way down. I think it's going to stay hot. It's supposed to stay hot. Close it.
So you would need to have the two together if you are not that cut and dry person that just needs to work off of a blueprint. If you're like somebody that just are easily influenced or distracted by everything that's around you because you can't figure out how to stick to the plan because the baby's crying, the husband's hungry, the job is calling, and you're like, this is the last thing on my plate. No, you need a coach to be like, sit down and do this, because you know that you're going to meet with Joe in 30 days, and he's going to expect this plan to be executed in order for you to be successful. So let's do accountability calls. He's not doing those calls.
No.
So that is how it collaborates, but the two differences on how the coaching and the consultant works, but you need both.
The consultant is going to give you have to be self-disciplined. We're going to get you a task. We're going to get you a script. Okay, I'm going to hear your whole thing out. I got 3 kids. I work full time. I'm starting this business. I got night school. I want all that information downloaded, give me everything. And with that, I'm going to create you a schedule where every single thing can get done. Now, if you mess up in that hour between 5 and 6, the whole plan is off. So you have to be head down, all in. You cannot slide out with your girls for girls night. That's not in the plan. There's no room for that if you want to meet your 30-day mark. So it's like you really, really, really have to be self-disciplined. And I'm not checking in on you on day 2. I'm not checking in on you on day 3. We're supposed to meet every 7 days, every 6 days, whatever we agree to. And I'm just it's very simple. Did you meet your deadlines? Did you do this, and this? Okay, let's run the numbers and see if that's working. And then we're going to run it again. Is it working? Is it progression? Is there a 2% increase, a 1% increase, 3% increase? It's all numbers, all data driven. So it's either working or it's not. And if it's not, let's tweak it. If it's something else that's wrong. And I'll fix those problems. You don't have to worry about any of those problems. I'll fix it. You sit back for a second. And then I'm going to come at you with a whole nother set of papers on what we can do to now get. I don't want 3% increase. That's not good enough for me. I want 5. So it's like, we're going to do that. But the coach is like, oh man, you went out last night. Don't worry about it. It happens sometimes. Look, we got to do better. We got to stay focused. And some people most people absolutely 100% need that. And I think that's what makes you super great at what you do, because a lot of people need that. It's mandatory.
Yeah, but you need that too. Like, I need that. So I had that. It's not for the weak.
It's not.
You literally, it becomes your everything. This is your life. If you want to accomplish this goal, the goal is right in front of you. It's realistic. It's written out for you. It's planned for you. What are you going to do to get there? Are you going to do the work or you're not? And if you're not going to do the work, you're going to feel crazy not doing it, because the plan is there, it's looking at you. Before you couldn't figure out how it could work, well, now it's written in front of you.
All there.
So what are you going to do about it? So it's just like a fitness plan. When you get a trainer, they tell you the same thing. If they tell you a meal plan and you decide to cheat and eat something different in there,
perfect analogy,
and then you don't meet your goal for the weight, then you missed the plan. You messed up. You know, so you can, the coach will say you try again next week, but the trainer's gonna make you pay for that mix up
We're
that
gonna
you
pay
did.
again. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
gave it to you.
Yeah, that's perfect. I love that.
Yeah.
Thanks for like pointing out on how we can, like, it is two different things.
All right. Any final words, plugs, shout outs before we close?
Shout out to Time for being nominated again. Best in Philly, landscaping. Beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you. That was
Back to back.
we're running back to back, 2024 and 25. I don't have anything else. That was just super dope for me. I was excited about that. That was great news this week. We encourage you to subscribe. Never miss another episode. If you subscribe, you'll get the alert. You can follow us on Instagram, Executive Insights _. Stay inspired. Keep creating. See you next time.